Welcome to today's webinar with Hillstone Networks. We're here today to talk about how digital transformation is pushing organizations to the outer limits of their capabilities in terms of visibility and control. This transformation is what keeps companies moving and growing, so that's great. But the challenges have become quite complex, as we'll see, and they require new capabilities to overcome them. We're going to talk about how Hillstone Networks' integrative cybersecurity platform helps organizations to overcome these digital transformation challenges to achieve their goals. So as we think about this digital transformation, we think about two dimensions. Organizations are spreading out. This breadth means that there are more locations now. There are more devices now. Not all of these locations are corporate locations, so they're not all provisioned the same. And the devices aren't all corporate devices, so they aren't configured the same. And now, looking down the y-axis of depth, we also have to contend with going higher and lower down the IT stack from operating systems, hardware platforms, virtualized environments, and all the way out to applications and identity. This is what's happening. Breadth and depth are these two massive control planes of this era of digital transformation, and they both need security. The digitally transformed data center has no physical boundaries. It spans on-premises to the cloud and to edge devices. Combined with work from anywhere adoption, the result is a target-rich environment where hackers now have an expansive attack surface and multiple attack vectors to choose from. Of course, organizations aren't the only ones transforming, right? No, they're not. Threats are changing too. They're more complex than ever before, they're happening more frequently, and they're succeeding quite a bit too. So, if you look at this data, the reality is you could hire every single cybersecurity professional in the world into your organization, and you still wouldn't have enough people to defend against 500 million malware variants. This is all moving too fast, and you simply can't fight all of this with people alone. The expansive attack surface has become a goldmine for threat actors, and multi-stage, multi-layer attacks are a daily occurrence. In fact, as you can see here, some attacks are happening thousands of times per day. Attackers are becoming more skilled and creative in their methods by using the same cutting-edge AI and ML tools to hone their art and deliver more sophisticated attacks. Ransomware, supply chain attacks, and zero-day vulnerabilities continue to be major areas of concern. Now, we have to talk about the measurable impact of all this change, right? Complexity is up. The vast majority of organizations now have over 30 security technologies in use in their organization. Even so, more than half of organizations are going to increase their spend this year. And directionally, that's a good thing. But we still see here, up in the top right, that personnel silos and fragmentation of security tooling are the number 1 and 2 issues holding organizations back. So, everyone's spending more on solutions, but they're deploying them into suboptimal operating conditions that they aren't really able to fix. But they still need to be secure, and the solutions they need to work in these suboptimal conditions. Let's take a moment to recap the challenges we've seen so far. Multifold increases in attack surfaces, frequency, and variety of attacks, along with the complex network topology and deployment that are not necessarily matched by corresponding budget growth for security initiatives. Skill gaps are ubiquitous, and salaries for security personnel are seeing significant growth, driven by the uptick in demand. So, what can you do? Well, to get ahead of these challenges, and more importantly, to capture the value of digital transformation, you need 3 things. You need coverage. So that's breadth and depth that we highlighted a moment ago. You need control. That's the ability to adapt and adopt best practices with high precision and agility. And you need consolidation. That's breaking down silos and unlocking efficiencies by reducing complexity across environment and down the IT and security stacks. Well, the goal is pretty simple. You want to stay up and keep going, right? Live to fight another day, as they say. This is integrative cybersecurity: coverage, control, and consolidation. But before we break down each one of these core tenets, let's really get to understand what integrative cybersecurity is all about. Integrative cybersecurity refers to a holistic approach to cybersecurity that integrates multiple solutions and technologies into a single, cohesive system delivered on a centralized platform. It requires a comprehensive cybersecurity solution portfolio. The purpose of this approach is to help CISOs improve their organization's cyber resilience and to ensure business continuity in spite of the challenges that they confront. Hillstone's integrative cybersecurity eliminates gaps in protection that put your enterprise at risk, and it reduces layers of complexity and cost, from technology to solutions, to their delivery and functionality, across vendors and platforms. Hillstone's integrative cybersecurity solutions bring coverage, control, and consolidation to secure the digital transformation at global scale. Now let's unpack these tenets. We'll start with coverage. The mandate of modern security is to use the technology and infrastructure it needs to grow and thrive the enterprise. From containers to clouds and servers to SaaS, an integrative cybersecurity approach offers complete coverage regardless of the environment. Now let's look at control. Maintaining the security and performance of enterprise technology is an exhausting balancing act. The right solution for the business isn't always the most recent or most popular version of it, but it always needs to be secure. An integrative cybersecurity approach is adaptive and puts the enterprise in control. Finally, now let's look at consolidation. I think many of us already know what this means, and this is an area where Hillstone has a very unique advantage in their platform. Complex environments have attack surfaces that sprawl and edges that evaporate. Mitigating every attack vector with individual solutions creates opaque and siloed security operations that are both porous and inefficient. Integrative cybersecurity reduces complexity through consolidation. So let's start to apply some of this at the organization and solutions level. When you start to think about coverage, of course, coverage is going to appear chaotic. And that's because of the unique traits of every organization and environment. But if you look closely, you'll see that each one of these circles is a Hillstone product. And when you look further still, you start to notice that these network segments are all actually pretty common and probably applicable to your environments as well. You see public cloud, remote office, work groups, data centers, and the list goes on. So there's a Hillstone solution touching every one of these nodes, and that's what we mean when we talk about coverage. So now we look at control. And when we think about the application of this control concept, we look across the attack lifecycle and pull that through every attack surface. So shields are up at the data center layer, progressing through machines and virtualized environments, all the way out to application and web layers. At every one of those layers, we need to be blocking known threats, challenging suspicious activities, preventing detonation, analyzing, quarantining, interrogating, and applying mitigations. That's what we mean when we talk about control. And finally, all of this value of digital transformation is unlocked when we start to look at consolidation. This consolidation is the tenet of integrative cybersecurity where you'll feel it the most because the impact of removing complexity is immediate. You'll see this in your people. They'll be more efficient, they'll be more effective, they'll be happier, and because of those things, they'll stick around. And so, starting at the top of this stack, this is your people layer, your analysts and researchers, your incident responders, and your Tiger teams. They're all the beneficiaries of what's being consolidated for them. The policies enforced on your network devices, that's at the bottom layer. And the telemetry coming out of them, that's all those green straps in the middle layer. With Hillstone, this processing and application of machine learning algorithms on massive amounts of data, well, it's all done for you. It's packaged up to be useful and usable to your people at the top of all this. This is the cornerstone of the value proposition of Hillstone's iSource XDR solution. Consolidation not just from Hillstone's product portfolio, but also from third-party sources as well. That's consolidation, and it's a huge value add and unlock to your organization. So, leaning into the Hillstone technologies now, we again put these into 3 buckets as you can see here. Simply put, Hillstone's solutions are going to do at least one of these 3 things for you. Number 1, they're going to secure the network through the principles of zero trust. Number 2, they're going to mitigate threats using AI for detection and response. Number 3, Hillstone solutions are going to protect your workloads wherever they run. So let's unpack these a little. Hillstone can now deliver integrative cybersecurity solutions to protect organizations through a 3-pronged methodology. Hillstone secures the network. The Hillstone Future-Ready Network Security delivers a future-ready security architecture to adapt to infrastructure expansion and drive business growth. And it delivers the foundations for a zero-trust architecture to support new technologies and defend against advanced cyber attacks. Hillstone's A-Series, X-Series, and Cloud Edge virtual next-generation firewalls deliver high performance, high reliability, and scalable network protection for enterprises and service providers, with comprehensive and intelligent threat detection and prevention capabilities to protect enterprise digital assets. Zero Trust network access is supported on all of Hillstone's next-generation firewalls, regardless of model range. Hillstone mitigates threats. Ransomware, supply chain attacks, and zero-day vulnerabilities are always morphing and evolving in sophistication. Hillstone's AI-powered threat detection and response can find and mitigate attacks before they have a chance to exploit the data in the enterprise. Hillstone NDR and XDR solutions use advanced machine learning algorithms to find the proverbial needle in the haystack through unknown malware and abnormal detection, advanced threat correlation analytics, and automatic threat mitigation. Hillstone also protects the workloads. The digitally transformed business relies on workloads and applications that span the architectural continuum. From legacy applications running in bare metal or virtualized environments, to cloud-native applications running in containers that move from server to server and cloud to cloud. This can make workloads and data exposed in a cloud or edge environment. Hillstone Network's uncompromising cloud workload protection ensures an enterprise's data environment and workloads are fully secure. With Cloud Armor cloud workload protection and Cloud Hive microsegmentation, Hillstone protects an enterprise's virtualized and cloud-native environment without compromise. Network security is what Hillstone Networks was founded on, and on firewalls specifically. And these next-generation firewalls are ready for anything, whether you're in an office, running a data center, or even an ISP. The capabilities on these devices are best in class, and Gartner has recognized Hillstone Networks as a visionary in their Magic Quadrant for next-generation firewalls for almost a decade running. And the power of Hillstone firewalls has itself been virtualized into a leading SD-WAN solution. And this is a great example of coverage, control, and consolidation in a single product family. So let's look at the Hillstone A-Series next-generation firewall, for example. Here's a network appliance that's ready for any size of organization, from the A200 desktop devices with a gigabit of throughput all the way up to the A7600 with up to 280 gigabits of throughput. Each one of these devices in this family has features and capabilities that are right size and right price for your organization's needs, whether that's an SMB or branch office, a mid-sized, large, or enterprise organization, including service providers. And maybe you've outgrown the A-Series. Let's say you've gone and scaled your organization. You might graduate then to the X-Series next-generation firewalls. These data center solutions bring in even more capabilities and are designed to be scaled to meet any enterprise requirements. For example, the X-Series starts with throughput of up to 590 gigabits per second, and the range tops out at a blistering 3.5 terabits per second in the new X25812. Just to put some real numbers behind this for a second, we're talking about capacity for initiating 19 million new sessions per second and handling over 700 million concurrent sessions. But more than just this future-proof capacity is the performance and security of this range. Remember, control is a core tenet of integrative cybersecurity. With over 6,000 applications identified, integrated IPS, antivirus, and more, the X-Series is another benchmark in control for enterprise organizations. Moving on to threat detection and response, AI is the name of the game here now. And as we saw earlier, the sheer numbers and variations of threats just make it impossible to fight with people alone. And this is where the power of AI is really at the highest value when it's compared to almost any other application anywhere else in the world. AI is at home in cybersecurity, and Hillstone's NDR and XDR solutions mean that detections are left to machines and responses are automated with machines. It's really as simple as that, but of course, these solutions, they need to work together, and that's what integrative cybersecurity is all about. So I want to spend a minute exploring how AI-powered NDR and XDR are improving outcomes for both organizations and teams. So here's a quick rundown of all the functions you can offload to AI in Hillstone to save your organization's time, money, and frustration. In terms of threats, you can offload detection of abnormal behavior, identification of unknown threats, and threat correlation. For visibility, you can offload visualizations of risk, threats, traffic, and threat details. You don't need to spend your time building dashboards. In the case of digital forensics and incident response, AI is going to handle attack chain analysis, forensic enrichment, and even MITRE attack mapping. And we have to talk about mitigation. Bringing all of these capabilities into creating better defenses faster so that you're stronger and more resilient than you were yesterday, that's integrative cybersecurity coming together in real terms. This is all really good stuff. So, how does it work? For telemetry and visibility, Hillstone's NDR and XDR solutions collect a wide variety of data from nearly every security service across cloud, network, and endpoints. From there, it will consolidate this data for further storage and analysis. This process prevents security information from becoming siloed and greatly reduces blind spots while improving future detection accuracy. For vulnerability management, Hillstone's NDR and XDR leverage the industry's leading vulnerability assessment solutions and supports adding other scanners as well as manual import of vulnerability reports. Comprehensive risk management for servers, endpoints, applications, and other assets identifies and mitigates potential exposures to threats. For threat detection, By synergizing the data collected across multiple security products with top intelligence partners, Hillstone can discover even stealthy and evasive threats and attribute the attacks. Its behavior analytics and correlation analysis provide context-aware and highly accurate detection of anomalous activities. Lastly, we spoke a minute ago about response. When a threat or vulnerability is detected, Hillstone's NDR and XDR solutions can automatically orchestrate a response across Hillstone security devices and certain third-party products. Built-in templates provide the best optimized workflows and responses, while custom templates can be defined to meet different requirements. Manual tasks such as incident cases can be further investigated by security analysts and can also be created automatically by defining them in templates. This is integrative cybersecurity at its best: up, down, out, and across the entire IT stack in one platform. That's Hillstone Networks. And finally, we get to workloads. These are critical components in fast-moving organizations, and they're the driving force behind digital transformation. Whether your workloads run on bare metal, on a virtual machine, or in a container, they all need to reliably and automatically fall under an umbrella of comprehensive protection. Hillstone's next-generation firewall and cloud workload protection platform ensure that your workloads are protected, no matter where they run, be it in a data center, in the public cloud, or private cloud. This is coverage, control, and consolidation at work. So we've spoken quite a bit about Hillstone's next-generation firewall solutions, so you already know that they provide consolidated defense capabilities at the physical infrastructure layer. Now, let's talk a little about software and application-oriented infrastructure. At the software-defined infrastructure level, Hillstone's Cloud Hive provides enterprises with a complete view of all traffic entering and leaving virtual machines in any monitored VM or port group. Insight, which has sophisticated visualization tools, allows security and network users to easily spot unusual patterns or use the same data for capacity planning. Cloud Hive's drop-in support for VMware and OpenStack allows for the same protection framework everywhere, regardless of the underlying cloud platform. And this allows security teams to create standardized sets of policies and enforcement that spans public and private cloud environments. With fine-grained controls and application intelligence, Cloud Hive provides enterprise IT with added peace of mind. Cloud Hive precisely detects and blocks suspicious east-west connections within the data center or between hosts in different data centers. It can even view intra-VM traffic. Application awareness provides companies with maximum protection while minimizing false positives. And when it comes to total cost of ownership, Cloud Hive scales to any size workloads with a flexible CPU-based licensing, and Cloud Hive provides companies with better TCO on a solution that's easily scalable. So moving to the rightmost bucket here, let's talk briefly about securing containers. Hillstone's Cloud Armor provides a centralized dashboard of the cloud security posture for hosts and Kubernetes clusters that allow organizations to have a unified workload monitoring and real-time assets management system. Its posture management function provides a deep insight into vulnerability relationships and traffic connections between applications and services, which potentially unveil any vulnerable applications, abnormal traffic, risky behaviors, and other info that security operators could take action against. Cloud Armor's advanced threat detection and prevention capabilities can intelligently help detect threats and mitigate risks during runtime on all cloud workloads. It leverages machine learning algorithms to build behavioral models based on the activities of workloads. It detects abnormal behaviors via these models and deploys rules to mitigate potential threats accordingly. Meanwhile, Cloud Armor integrates cloud threat intelligence to further enhance threat detection capabilities. Cloud Armor assesses the compliance posture of cloud workloads with recommendations based on the industry's best practices. It leverages the pre-configured compliance checks from CIS benchmarks for Kubernetes, Docker, Linux images, and application runtime configurations, and it provides a standard list of recommendations and remediations for each compliance risk. Cloud Armor can also minimize the threat attack surface by industry-leading microsegmentation and patented traffic steering technology. It automatically discovers the application dependencies and dynamically enforces the microsegmentation policies to avoid the proliferation of potential threats among cloud assets. Cloud Armor's Smart Policy Assistant will additionally aid in generating the appropriate policies to best optimize the configuration of running systems without interruption across their private, public, or hybrid cloud. Finally, Cloud Armor provides deep insights and management of the vulnerabilities of images, containers, working nodes, and hosts, and integrates security as part of the continuous integration and continuous deployment workflow throughout the application lifecycle. This will trigger alerts if necessary to mitigate potential risks ahead of time, and images with serious vulnerabilities can be alerted and blocked from reaching production. So if we can zoom out for just a minute, we should take a look at how, at the product level, all of the Hillstone products fit together. Securing today's environments requires a comprehensive approach in terms of offering both hardware and software solutions. But the trick is, the approach cannot add complexity. So you need your assets covered. They're all over the world. They're being run by different teams. They were built at different times, and you need to secure them. Your security solutions had better talk to each other, and that's what Hillstone's solutions do. This is integrative cybersecurity. For edge protection, including data centers, campuses, and remote branch offices, you can count on Hillstone's next-generation firewalls and intrusion prevention systems to keep your networks resilient to threats. And we can't forget about the scalability that Hillstone's SD-WAN solutions provide. For cloud security, Hillstone's Cloud Armor, Cloud Hive, and Cloud Edge provide workload protection across bare metal, virtualized, and containerized environments. Breach prevention is another important component of consolidation, and a combination of hardware and software solutions from Hillstone's breach detection systems offers comprehensive coverage as well. And finally, as we move our way to the right side of this solutions overview, we see Hillstone's application protection products, including application delivery controllers, web application firewalls, and virtualized versions of those, bringing security controls to the final mile of most end users. So, just to recap the breadth and depth of coverage, control, and consolidation, we have next-generation firewalls and SD-WAN solutions enabling zero-trust network access, branch, and workforce protection. We have NDR and XDR solutions enabling threat detection and response. We have cloud workload protection and microsegmentation for any environments. And we have audit and security management solutions consolidating capabilities from not only Hillstone's products, but from third parties as well. This is integrative cybersecurity and how it all comes together. As we wrap up, here are Hillstone's commitments to customers who are ready to adopt integrative cybersecurity as their operating model. Hillstone is securing enterprises' digital transformation with coverage, control, and consolidation. They're continuously pushing the boundaries of innovation with cutting-edge technology. They're delivering successful deployments with this technology, and they are maximizing return on investment through better total cost of ownership. But all that said, the proof's in the pudding, right? Hillstone Networks is trusted by more than 26,000 customers in over 60 countries. In real numbers, that's over 280,000 security devices deployed over the last 15 years. These customers include some of the largest telecoms and ISPs in the world and household names in technology infrastructure. Gartner has recognized Hillstone for the past 3 years as a customer's choice in their peer insights. This is a testament to Hillstone's exceptional customer service and support to their customers. So, high-performance technology, award-winning service, and lower total cost of ownership. That's the power of integrative cybersecurity from Hillstone Networks. Thank you for attending today's webinar on integrative cybersecurity. For more information, please send an email to inquiry@hillstonenet.com or call 408-508-6750. Thank you.